And back to the practice field. I know that you've been wanting to get out here. How are you feeling?
I feel great. Through the past 4 weeks, I've had to, be patient, get the leg right. But when you get to be able to be back on the grass with your brothers, it's you start feeling like yourself again.
KO was saying just how important you are to this defense getting back to its core identity in terms of you being on the green dot, allowing guys to go back to the things that they're comfortable with. How is that comfort level for you, knowing that things can kind of settle down maybe a little bit with you back there?
I felt like the defense, the guys that had to step up and maybe take a bigger role, they did a really good job. Of course, the games where there was pockets of the defense struggles, it hurts to be on the sidelines and I can't be out there to help. But I do my best to stay engaged with the game plan, taking my notes to, help the front, help the other linebackers, just kind of give them little tips here and there of what I'm seeing, how they can play better and how they can ultimately help the defense. But, it's going to, as long as things continue to trend in the right way, to eventually get back out there and, communicate and run the defense again.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
I feel great. The trainers, the whole strength staff, performance staff, they did a wonderful job. This is something I'm familiar with. It's been a while, but it was really important to get with them the first day and kind of go over a plan for the past month to, make sure my health is straight, and I got the hammy's bulletproof, so I can go out there with 110% confidence and go play to my best of my abilities.
You said you've been through this before. I mean, what's the frustration level that you've had to navigate so many injuries?
It's no matter if it's 1 week or 4 weeks, it's always frustrating to be on the sidelines because we put a lot of time and effort into this game as players. So to not be able to reap the benefits or the rewards of playing out there on Sundays, it hurts the soul a little bit. But that's where you got to understand. You just got to get healthy and stay resilient and be patient through the process.
You say the hammy's bulletproof, but being patient is also part of this process too right now for you, right?
Absolutely, because I understand that we opened up my window, and you gotta take it day by day, shake the rust off, and you can do all these wonderful things to get healthy and get stronger and to improve as much as you can, but ultimately what helps the most is being back on the football field doing football activities.
How did it feel to play a while?
It was good to go out there and play. It's just a different scenery, different game field, different country we was in playing ball. But, it was good to go out there, and just stack another week.
You get pretty comfortable playing that spot?
Yeah, of course. Just the more reps, the more experience you get at it, the more comfortable you get.
They put a lot of emphasis on linebackers in this, the way this defense is set up. Is that a pride and joy with you guys? Because you're a pretty versatile group, but if you don't make plays, the defense usually doesn't play very well.
You feel some type of way knowing that, you play a position that, that the defense really revolves around in a way. But, we have different pieces on our defense, different guys, where you can put them at different positions and, play out of position, and also be impactful and make plays, so just understanding, what Flo has drawn up for us, and just understanding that we have a good group of dudes that can fulfill any challenge, any uncomfortable, out of comfortable position, that anybody's playing, and play at a high level.
Pretty good quarterback you're going to see on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about him.
Super Bowl champion. So, definitely a good quarterback, runs that group very well. And, it's going to be something to look forward to on Sunday.
Just how's that wrist feeling a couple weeks post-op here?
It feels pretty good. It's just getting out here, gaining confidence in it. The training staff did an amazing job, especially over the bye week, even overseas with the facilities we had. Trying to get it right, trying to get the inflammation down. I'm just out here trying to strike and make sure it feels good.
We've been talking with you since you decided to play that game after suffering the injury. I guess just what went into that from your mindset?
Yeah, couldn't get any worse. That was my mindset. I was told that it was a significant injury in terms of wrist, but they said, well, if you brace it up, you won't have to get surgery at least for like another week. And so I was like, oh, so I can play the game. They're like, well, we don't recommend it. I was like, no, you said another week, I'll be fine. And so played the game, did what I could to the best of my abilities, and then I was really on a plane that same night.
Were you fighting the idea of surgery even? Or were you saying, hey, I got through the Cincinnati game, I can get through the rest of the year?
Yeah, and I was talking to train staff, that was their concern, saying how if I felt good afterwards, I'll be like, well, I don't need it. They're like, no, you need it, you're young. Get it fixed now so it's not nagging you down the stretch. So, got it fixed. It sucked not being able to be out there with my teammates, but, I was able to be out there in spirit and, hopefully get it going again, get more confidence striking, try to, get it going after that.
What'd you see them wearing?
A brace, or is it just going to be wrapped up for Sunday?
Yeah, no, we're going to prepare accordingly. Though it is repaired, still have to take precautions with it. So as long as I have certain mobility and certain mobility in my fingers as well, then I'll be all right.
Well, you see the wisdom too now, and the doctor's telling you what to do, right? So how are you feeling now in terms of mentally testing it?
Yeah, no, I feel pretty good. Everything is checked the boxes of, hey, it's structurally sound. Now it's up to you and pain tolerance and how much you trust it. So I'm just gonna keep going out there, keep doing what I do on the field, and hopefully that confidence and the strength grows along with it.
In terms of just as a player, not the wrist, but how big were those first couple games for your confidence and seeing what you could do out there?
Those were huge. Growing up being a fan of the sport, you always dream of getting to the NFL, and being in it is one thing, but playing in it is another. And so, I knew the coaches believed in me, my teammates believed in me, but having that instill that confidence in myself, so the more I did on the field, the more confidence grew. And so just going against great competition, great D linemen, great linebackers, everybody, just instilled more confidence in my game.
Is the wrist thing ever a problem in the past, or just a new thing that popped up in the last?
It was new. Yeah, I'd never had this.
What do you think of the way the guys stepped up in Cleveland or against Cleveland in your absence?
I thought it was huge. I felt like we had to move some guys around, but I feel like everyone played their part and played amazing. Coach O'Connell always says adversity is there if you want to find it, but everyone in our room is ready to go at any time.